Can you wrap your head around this? A state blanketed in snow, with its rugged terrains and brutal winters, is one of the richest states in the US. This is Wyoming, where you can experience one of the harshest climates in the world, but is still crazy rich. How is this possible? Created on July the 25th, 1868 by an act of Congress, Wyoming was carved out of portions of territories of Dakota, Utah, and Idaho. It has a wealth of mineral and agricultural resources, and mining and agriculture still play a major part in the state's economy. Thanks to its landscape, it's naturally wealthy. But is it just the blessed natural resources that make Wyoming so rich? Not at all. With its rugged terrain and harsh winters, Wyoming is a paradox that defies conventional understanding. Its harsh climate, with consistent snowfall from September to May, tests even the toughest. Its violent winds, driven through huge valleys, can reach 70 miles an hour and even overturn vehicles on Interstate 80. Yet, Wyoming is incredibly wealthy, so much so that it has the largest number of billionaires per capita in the whole country, despite all odds. It is said that you're more likely to bump into a billionaire if you visit Wyoming. One is unlikely to imagine a billionaire with Wyoming's sweeping prairies and majestic mountains. You would have thought of the skyscrapers of New York or the bustle of Los Angeles. However, according to new data, Wyoming is the state you're most likely to bump into a billionaire. You heard that right. The least populated state in the US is home to the most billionaires per capita. The research analyzed the top 100 richest people in the US, what states they're from, and the population of each state to establish which states are home to the most successful people. Let us welcome you to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, a place where Hollywood stars like Harrison Ford escaped to their 800-acre ranches along the Snake River. But this cowboy town is home to more than just movie stars. Both former US Vice President Dick Cheney and Amy Weiss, daughter of a Swiss medical manufacturing mogul, call this place home. The 33rd richest person in the world, John Mars, is another who has a home here. He lives in a $6 million home close to the Jackson Hole Golf and Tennis Club. So why are these billionaires swarming to Wyoming? The answer is simple: the cowboy cocktail. Wyoming's tax benefits set it apart from other states. With high inflation, a heavy tax burden, and increased living costs, many people, including budding millionaires, are moving out of the US to Mexico, Bali, and other places with lower living expenses. In this scenario, Wyoming sets a different example. Due to its liberal tax laws, the state has effectively become a tax haven. Wealthy people can park their money here because of a brilliant combination of partnerships and trusts called the cowboy cocktail. There is no income tax, no wealth tax, just a place to preserve wealth. No state income tax means more money kept in their pockets. Also, fewer people means less press, and theoretically, fewer folks who know their names. Wyoming has one of the lowest sales tax in the US at 5.36%, compared to 8.49% in New York. It also has no corporate or personal income tax. Apart from tax benefits, Wyoming provides a degree of privacy and space that is harder to find in populated areas. Vast ranches and isolated areas offer the ideal escape from the hustle and bustle of city life. A large portion of the global elite, who cherish their security and alone time, consider this privacy to be both a luxury and a necessity. It is not just traditional industries and retirees that are bringing riches to Wyoming. Many professionals and entrepreneurs in the tech sector are also moving to Wyoming, attracted by Wyoming's business-friendly atmosphere and the opportunity for innovation in a less regulated market. These tech giants are transforming portions of the state into rapidly growing tech hotspots. Naturally, a vast majority of Wyoming's wealthy are reported to live in the resort region of Teton County, a place many regular Wyomingites view as the state's equivalent to Bel Air in Los Angeles or the Hamptons in New York. And it's true, you're more likely to run into a billionaire in Jackson than you are in most of the state, though you'll find the ultra-rich living it up in other cities like Casper and Cody. Let's look into the names of some of the big fishers living in Wyoming. Amy Weiss calls Wilson, Wyoming her home. She is a philanthropist and the heiress to the medical equipment giant Synthesis Holding AG. As of January 2nd, 2024, Forbes lists her as the 1,560th wealthiest person in the world, with a reported net worth of $2 billion. B. Wayne Hughes Jr. is also a Jackson resident. Real estate management and the storage facility operator Public Storage are his sources of riches. Forbes lists him as the 1,443rd wealthiest person with a net worth of $1.9 billion. J. Joe Ricketts lives in Little Jackson Hole in Sublette County, Wyoming. Forbes values his wealth, obtained through his brokerage firm Ameritrade, at $3.9 billion. The second wealthiest person in Wyoming is Christy Walton, heir to the Walmart fortune. She lives in Jackson. Her net worth was estimated at around $11.5 billion, making her the 163rd richest person in the world. Another ultra-rich who calls Wyoming home is John Mars, the heir to a magnificent business empire. Mars makes some of the most well-known chocolates on the planet, such as M&M's and Snickers. His net worth is around $38.7 billion, and he's ranked as the 34th richest person in the world. So, these people moving to Wyoming are not just rich, they're rich. The rich migrating to live here have made some good economic developments. But what about the local people of Wyoming? How does this influx of billionaires impact the natives? The arrival of rich people has improved the local economy, but it has also significantly impacted the communities around them. The cost of real estate has skyrocketed, and new companies have sprung up to serve the wealthy newcomers. Nevertheless, adjusting to the rapidly changing social and economic situation has not been easy for the inhabitants. Even the millionaires living in Teton County cannot compete with the current flood of wealth that's moving into a beloved tourist destination. Income stats for Teton County show billionaires are moving out of millionaires and middle class in Teton County. A social media comment from a tourist visiting Wyoming struck us very much. The tourist who went to Jackson for a vacation a couple of years ago went to the Thai restaurant. They said the waiter at the Thai restaurant at night was our waiter the next morning at a different diner for breakfast. I can't imagine how many hours he had to work to live there. The common people have to find 2 or 3 jobs to meet the high living expenses in Wyoming. The billionaires are making it difficult for the local people because most of the rich people just buy properties here and visit as part of their vacations. They don't actually live here, and ordinary people pay the price. Wyoming is gifted with natural beauty. Due to the state's extensive landscapes, there are countless options for outdoor recreation, including hiking in Yellowstone and skiing in Jackson Hole. For individuals who prioritize an active way of life, Wyoming offers a mix of excitement and peace. Wyoming's real estate market has changed to satisfy the needs of the state's recent arrivals. For individuals wishing to settle in the state, several options are available, including opulent ranches, contemporary mountain residences, and custom-built mansions. These properties frequently feature high-end features like equestrian centers, private airstrips, and cutting-edge security systems. Looks like the inflow of wealth is affecting not just the natives, but also the environment in which they live. Concerns about environmental preservation and sustainable development are growing as more and more wealthy people move into Wyoming. By finding a balance between development and conservation, Wyoming's natural riches and beauty are being protected for future generations. The influx of cash is transforming Wyoming's character. Once regarded as rugged and sparsely populated, the state is now synonymous with exclusivity and elegance. With this transformation, Wyoming is presenting a new image that blends its rich history with its increasing appeal to the wealthy. In the far corners of Wyoming, a revolution is taking place. What do you think is the key to Wyoming's wealth? Tell us in the comments below, and let's continue this fascinating discussion. Also, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining, then don't forget to hit like and also subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss any future content from us.